Hi class, here we are, the miracle worker again. I'm going to start at the top of page 13, conversation between Annie Sullivan and Mr. or Dr. Arganos, who is a teacher at the School for the Blind. I think God must owe me a resurrection. What? There is not a proper thing to say, Annie. It is what I mean. Yes, but I know what I'm like. What's this child like? Like? Well, bright or dull to start off. No one knows. And if she is dull, you have no patience with this. Oh, in grown-ups, you have to, Mr. Arganos. I mean, in children, it just seems a little precocious. Can I use that word? Only if you can spell it. Premature. So I hope at least she's a bright one. Deaf, blind, mute. Who knows? She is like a little safe, locked, that no one can open. Perhaps there is a treasure inside. Maybe it's empty too. Possible. I should warn you, she is much given to tantrums. Means something is inside. Well, so am I. If I believe all I hear, maybe you should warn them. Annie, I wrote them no word of your history. You will find yourself among strangers now who know nothing of it. Well, we'll keep them in a state of blessed ignorance. Perhaps you should tell it. Why? I had enough trouble with people who don't know. So they will understand when you have trouble. The only time I have trouble is when I'm right. But she's amused at herself, as is Arganos. It's my fault. Is it my fault so often? I won't give them trouble, Mr. Arganos. I'll be so ladylike they won't notice I've come. Annie, be humble. It is not as if you have so many offers to pick and choose. You will need their affection working with this child. I hope I won't need their pity. Oh, you can all have, we can all have some pity. So, you are no longer our pupil. We throw you into the world, a teacher. If the child can be taught, no one expects you to work miracles, even for $25 a month. Now, in this envelope, a loan for the railroad, which will repay me when you have a bank account. But in this box, a gift with our love. Annie opens the small box he extends and sees a garnet ring. She looks up, blinking up and down. I think our friends are ready to say goodbye. He moves as though to open doors. Mr. Arganos? His voice is trembling. Dear Mr. Arganos, but she swallows over getting the ring on her finger and cannot continue until she finds a woebegone joke. Well, should I say I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl and everything I am I owe to you? That is only half true, Andy. Which half? I crawled in here like a drowned rat, and then I died when Jimmy died, and that I'd never again come alive. Well, You say with love so easy, and I haven't loved a soul since, and I never will, I suppose. But this place gave me more than my eyes back, or taught me how to spell, which I'll never learn anyway, but with all the fights and the trouble I've been here in, it taught me what help is and how to live again. And I don't want to say goodbye. Don't open the door. I'm crying. They will not see. He moves again as through the opening the doors, and in comes a group of girls, 8 years old to 17 years old. As they walk, we see they are blind. Argano shepherds them in with a hand. Annie! Here, Beatrice! As soon as they locate their voice, they throng joyfully to her, speaking all at once. Annie is down on her knees to the smallest, and the following are the most intelligible fragments in the general hubbub. There's a present! We brought you a going-away present, Annie. Oh, now you shouldn't have. We did. Where's the present? Don't go away, Annie. Away. Alice has it. Alice, where's Alice? Here I am. Where? Here. An arm is aloft out of the group, waving a present. Annie reaches for it. I have it. Everybody, should I open it? Open it. Everybody be quiet. Do, Annie. She's opening it. Shh. A settling of silence while Annie unwraps it. The present is a pair of smoked glasses, and she stands still. Is it open, Annie? It's open. It's for your eyes, Annie. Put them on, Annie, 'cause Mrs. Hopkins says your eyes hurt since the operation, and she says you're going where the sun is fierce. I'm putting them on now. Don't go, Annie, where the sun is fierce. Do they fit all right? Oh, they fit just fine. Did you put them on? Are they pretty, Annie? Oh, my eyes feel hundreds of % better already. And pretty? Why do you know how I look in them? Splendiloquent, like a racehorse. There's another present, Beatrice. We have a present for Helen, too. Give it to her, Beatrice. Here, Annie. The present is an elegant doll with movable eyelids and a mama sound. It's for Helen, and we took up a collection to buy it. And Laura dressed it. It's beautiful. Don't forget, you be sure to give it to Helen from us, Annie. I promise it will be the first thing I will give her. If I don't keep it for myself, that is. You know I can't be trusted with dolls. Don't go, Annie. Sarah, dear, I don't want to go. Then why are you going? Because I'm a big girl now, and big girls have to earn a living. That is the only way I can. But if you don't smile me first, what all I just have to do is what? Put you in my suitcase instead of this doll and take you to Helen in Alabama. This strikes the children as very funny, and they begin to laugh and tease the smallest child, who after a moment does smile for Annie. Come, children, you must get the trunk into the carriage and Annie into her train, or no one will go to Alabama. Come on. He shepherds them out, and Annie is left alone on her knees with the doll in her lap. She reaches for her suitcase, and by a subtle change in the color of light, we go with her thoughts into another time. We hear a boy's voice whispering. Perhaps we see shadowy intimidations of these speakers in the background. Where are you going, Annie? Jimmy? Where are we going? I said, I'm taking care of you. Forever and ever? Annie Sullivan, age 9, virtually blind. Jimmy Sullivan, age 7. What's the matter with your legs, Sonny? Forever and ever. Can he walk without that crutch? Annie shakes her head and doesn't stop shaking it. Girl goes to the women's ward, boys to the men. Annie, Annie, don't let them take me, Annie. Annie, Annie. But this voice is real, in the present, and Annie comes out of her horror, clearing her head with a final shake. The lights begin to pick up. Kate, in the Keller home, as Annie, in a bright tone, calls back, Coming! The word catches Kate, who stands half turned and attentive to it, almost as though hearing it. Meanwhile, Annie turns and hurries out, lugging the suitcase. The room dims out. The sound of the railroad wheels begins from off left and maintains itself in a constant rhythm underneath the following scene. The remaining lights have come up and the Keller homestead. James is lounging on the porch, waiting. In the upper bedroom, which is to be Annie's, Helen is alone, puzzled, exploring, fingering, smelling things. The curtains, empty drawers in the bureau, water in the pitcher by the wash basin, fresh towels on the bedstead. Downstairs in the family room, Kate, turning to a mirror, hastily adjusts her bonnet, watched by a Negro servant in an apron, Vinny. Let Mr. Jimmy go by himself. We've been poking that garden all day. You ought to rest your feet. I can't wait to see her, Vinny. Maybe she ain't gone be on the train neither. Maybe she is. And maybe she ain't. And maybe she is. Where's Helen? She's upstairs smelling around. She knows something funny's going on. Let her have the supper as soon as Mildred's in bed, and tell Captain Keller when he comes that we'll be delayed tonight.